With the Mario Brothers and plumbing's our game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. If your sink is in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
Welcome everyone to Star Flag Media, Drunken Idiots. My name is Anthony. As always, here with my good friend.
Talents, man. Talents 860, man. Catch me on Xbox. Catch me on PlayStation. And
catch him outside. How about that?
Yeah. Sharkeisha, no.
Sharkeisha, no. Remember Shovel Girl?
I remember Shovel Girl.
All right, we'll show you that later. It's playing right here, right now. So he just dropped a nuclear bomb on himself. They probably won't even hear it, believe it or not.
Dropped a bomb on me.
So this week, everyone, welcome to the show. It is my birthday show.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday, man.
Turned 30.
Again.
For the fourth time.
Wow, man.
Someone told me the COVID years don't count, so I'm still in my 30s.
That's interesting. The COVID years, it's like it's all a blur. So in a way, I guess it does kind of.
Somebody said don't count the COVID years. You know who was who was that somebody? Me.
Oh, wow, shit. Okay, you call it yourself, huh?
Yeah, I quote myself.
You should have did it in third person.
You know why I like doing that? Because it sounds more important when somebody else thinks that it was said other than me. So yeah, the COVID years don't count. I just want to give a special shout out to everybody that wished me a happy birthday. And Chris, thank you. Bought me a nice a gift here for the Drunken Idiots podcast. We're gonna open this up right here for everybody to see what it is, and I hope it's still reserved.
Nah, man, that's that bum juice, man. We don't buy that shit around. Not around here, partner. Not around here.
We did one when I didn't know any better, but yeah, thank you, Chris. I appreciate this, and let's find out what we got in here. Chris is always saying he's gonna upgrade my taste and
upgrade your palate, man.
In alcohol,
expand your palate.
We've got this is beautiful. We got Maker's Mark whiskey, and
where's it from?
This is from Kentucky.
Okay.
It's a Kentucky straight bourbon.
Okay.
Handmade. Batch number 23 dash. I don't know if I should even open this or just let it age. Oh my God. It's got the wax seal on it.
It's a It's a Kentucky whiskey's.
Yeah, it's the real deal.
Bourbon or whatever.
Yeah, it's 55% alcohol content. Holy crap! Thank you, man.
There was another one I was considering, but I was like, it was Jack something.
Oh yeah, they have like the barrel, like a oak barrel one or something like that. Like they got like a high end Jack or something.
Yeah, but I was like, nah. Let me give you something that's away from Jack.
Yeah, something else. You've been saying it for a while that you wanted to kind of upgrade my palate when it came to whiskey, and this is probably the nicest whiskey I'll ever have. I appreciate this. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I mean, the thought behind it is basically what you just mentioned. And my brother put me on. My brother, he knows I like cognac. So what he does and what we do when we go out for like drinks or whatever, he'll recommend me to try, a new drink. And because you never know, you might like it, you might not,
Yeah.
And
I already know I'm gonna like it, but
and whenever I go to Colombia, I know he likes rum.
Okay.
So I always get him a different
nice bottle of rum. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got him the Medellin.
Yeah, the Medellin
12 age Medellin. I got him all types of rum. So he,
Very nice. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate this. Beautiful. And yeah, man, it's more than I would buy for myself. So I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
Also, just want to, before we get started on the list, guys, I just want to give a special shout out to Cyclone07. Go check him out. He just uploaded some videos on his channel, Cyclone07, PSY clone. And he just uploaded some videos of him trying out cyberpunk settings and optimizing everything.
He got the mod for the realistic, photorealistic mod.
Beautiful.
Man.
Yeah, the game looks amazing.
Yeah,
so,
it looks crazy, man. Shout out to Cyclone.
Go jump on his channel and give him a thumbs up. And, he's just messing around with the graphic settings and all that, but he's uploading the videos. If you guys want to go check those out. Part of the Star Flag Media, network. Another thing he did was a very thoughtful gift. I'm a big fan of the Seinfeld shows, and he bought me, not sure if you guys can catch a glimpse of that back there, but these are the old 1990s Seinfeld TV guides, the collection, the People's Magazines, the special TV guide magazine, this one here. I had these in my collection 30 years ago or whenever it was. And he ruined these when he was a kid with some paint. And he's always remembered. And here we are later on. He buys me them again. That's a great gift.
That's awesome, man.
He also donated that 8-bit Do keyboard that I did the unboxing on. Yeah,
I see it, bro. It's
beautiful.
It looks
keyboard.
amazing, man.
And he also blessed me with a GPU, a 3080 GPU.
Okay, well, you in the 4K age now.
4K ray tracing scale and a whole nine. Yeah,
PC Master Race.
PC Master Race. So,
all right, I'm about to listen. My shit is on the way. It'll probably be
coming
in like 2 weeks.
So, with all that said, thank you, Chris. I appreciate this beautiful Maker's Mark whiskey, man. I'm definitely impressed. I appreciate it. If you want to take a shot right now, we could take a shot.
You said it was 55 proof. That is 110 proof, sir.
It says 55% alcohol.
Okay,
that's what I read. But yeah, 110 proof. It's a big boy.
He probably got to babysit that. You probably can't do that like how you do the Jack Daniels.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice sips. Those are sips.
You probably gotta hold that bitch hand.
You gotta hold that like the old fashions, and do with the 2 ice cubes in it, and just sip it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and yeah, we'll definitely have some of that later. But yeah, that we digress. This week wanna do a new list for everybody. We're gonna be choosing.
Yeah, man, we got the draft, man. We got the draft going on.
A new draft, and this is gonna be for one of the most popular game series of all time.
Yeah.
This was Chris's idea this week, and we're gonna go with Super Mario Brothers, or Mario games in general, no spin-offs. And we're gonna be drafting the best Mario games to our team. We're gonna do 5 each and 1 honorable mention. And there's gonna be a lot of overlap here because we all know the greats, right? But you can start off, or I can start off, however you wish.
Who went off? Who started first?
You started last time. You want the number 1 pick?
All right, so then you go.
Okay, so I'm getting the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had the number 1 pick last time.
I had the number 1 pick. Yeah, you let me choose the number 1 pick last time. I was excited.
Okay. So I get my number 1 pick.
Yeah, you get the number 1 pick this time.
All right.
In the Mario draft, the number 1 overall pick is
Mario Odyssey.
Ooh, okay.
Mario Odyssey
on Nintendo Switch.
It released on the Nintendo Switch.
So this is your all-time best Mario game for your number 1 pick?
No,
I mean, that's your number 1 pick for your team.
It's not the number 1 pick. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, this is a draft.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad. I'm gonna. All right, I gotta stay then, huh?
I picked Mario.
I picked Angela Reese over Caitlin Clark, huh?
You picked whoever that guy they got picked over Jordan. Remember that guy?
Kwame Brown.
No. No. Anyway, but yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Mario Odyssey. And the reason for that is because when it comes to the 3D platforming Mario games, Odyssey took that and they ran with it.
And it's a beautiful game too, graphically.
Graphically, it's amazing.
60 frames per second.
You see the vision from Mario 64. You can see from their first ever 3D Mario game. Like you kind of see where this is where they wanted to be all along.
Oh, so it's a fantastic game. Yeah. I don't have it in my collection. I definitely want it, and it's the only Mario game from a generation that I haven't owned yet. Great pick. So Mario Odyssey. I'm gonna go with my number 1 overall pick. This is not gonna be a surprise for anyone. We've talked about this here before. My number 1 overall pick, which is my favorite, Super Mario Brothers 3 on the NES, and it's for me the blueprint for 2D Marios after the OG, of course. The OG, of course, sets the stage for every Mario game ever, but 3 was the evolution in graphics. It looked great, and you could just see how what came afterwards was modeled after the power-ups, and you can fly, and you can turn to stone, you can turn... Mario Brothers 3 is my number 1 overall pick.
All right. So I'm gonna piggyback off that a little bit. No Diddy.
I knew this was coming.
And
Pause.
I'm gonna go with the new Super Mario Bros. That released on the Switch. When it comes to
New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe,
the one that just dropped last year,
Wonder.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
I'm gonna use that because as a 2D platforming Mario game, it had everything that we wanted. As far as the levels, the stages, the difficulty, we had the new power ups with the elephant. You had the drill hat, and they had old ones that returned: the fire flower, the ice flower. You had the bubble flower.
The way the levels changed.
Yeah, how the levels change. So for a 2D platforming Mario game,
collectibles.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Mario Wonder.
Mario Wonder.
Yeah, I mean, great, and both on Switch. Two of the more modern takes. So to counter Super Mario Brothers Wonder, I'm gonna have to go with Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii. Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii showed off that the Wii, even though it was not an HD system when it was competing against PS3 and Xbox 360, it could still pull off some beautiful looking graphics for the time. Mario Galaxy 2 also had amazing platforming. It took everything that Mario Galaxy 1 did and it just expanded on it. It was like they perfected what was already damn near perfect. And they added Yoshi to the mix. So it just felt bigger. It felt grander. And also the gravity system that they worked with, it really redefined what you could do with Mario. It was completely different. And to me, it was like the evolution of Mario 64. It felt like what Mario 64 2 should have been.
Yes, I agree because that Mario Galaxy was my third pick. It wasn't Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah, I mean, I had to go
of
with
course, I would like
ladder.
to play as Luigi, but yeah, Mario Galaxy.
Is that your pick?
That's my third pick.
Okay.
To me, it's a spiritual continuation of Mario 64, and
beautiful.
And I believe Odyssey is
the next step from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
64, Galaxy, Odyssey.
Yeah. I would say that makes sense. Yeah, great. So there's not much to say about Galaxy 1 other than it's Galaxy 2 is pretty much the same, but different levels. Yeah, fantastic. Some of my favorite things about the Galaxy series was when they took away when they had like the puzzle levels and things like that. It was just great.
Yeah.
It was just greatness. Okay, yeah. So my next one, I'm gonna have to go with one that I thought you were gonna go with when I said Mario 3. It's gonna be Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. Again, these are throwbacks, but Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo took everything that Mario Brothers 3 did, put it into the 16-bit generation, and really set the Super Nintendo apart from the Genesis, the colors, the graphics. Yoshi made his official appearance in a Mario game. The power-ups were dope. There was like 100 levels, all the secret entrances. I mean, you could dump 100 hours into that game back in the day. Yeah, Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I did have Mario World on my list.
I thought it was gonna come as soon as I said Mario Brothers 3.
I mean, you got it.
It's a good game.
You got it. And I'm sorry, guys. I gotta.
He gotta throw a Hail Mary out for
I need
a substitute.
Yeah,
and you should have taken that one because I had the games that you mentioned were my substitutes. They weren't, but you mentioned Mario Wonder, for example. That was gonna be my, if you took Mario World, that was gonna be my, substitute for that. Because Mario Wonder is without a doubt probably my favorite platformer of this generation.
All right, so I'm gonna cop a plea, and my fourth pick I'm gonna go with Super Mario All Stars.
Can you pick All Stars? There's 3 games in there.
Why?
Mario Brothers 3 is in there.
They're all upgraded to the Nintendo the engine of Super Mario World.
So
it's not the
you're
original.
picking the cartridge.
It's not the original.
This is not a pick.
I can't take Super Mario All Stars.
No, that would be like me saying Super Mario 3D All Stars. Now you can't pick Galaxy.
All right, so
he tried. Pick Mario 2.
Nah, I'm gonna go with the OG Mario.
On the NES.
On the NES.
What more can you say?
Dum dum dum.
Yeah.
Dum dum dum.
It's the game that saved the video game industry after the crash in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Literally.
The original in the gray box.
My grandma played it.
My mother played it.
Yeah.
Everyone played it.
Everybody played it.
Everyone played the original Mario. The music is iconic.
Yeah. All the levels.
All the levels. The little guy throwing the red spiky shells.
Mm-hmm.
Used to give me anxiety. And the Hammer Bros.
Yeah. They were tough.
In their prime. They got nerfed since then. But
yeah, they were tough.
And then, you know, he wasn't Bowser then. I mean, maybe he was. But
he was in Japan. Koopa. Yeah, to us he was King Koopa.
Koopa used to throw the hammers and throw the fire, and
before she was Peach Princess Toadstool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the princess is in another castle.
Yep.
What a famous every level was amazing. I remember going into the water level for the first time. Do 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 do. The music's iconic. And to think about everything that they did was like less than less than 3 megabytes or something like that. That whole game. It's probably, it's been on every single system Nintendo's ever sold ever since. It's that iconic.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good pick. So, this is going to be maybe controversial.
I know what you're about to pick.
What?
They come out on GameCube.
No. This is a Wii U pick. And it is Super Mario Maker.
Okay.
And the reason that
this is
the reason that I don't think it's a spin-off is because you don't want to count it? Okay, we don't count it. We don't count it. That's fine. But Super Mario Maker, you can literally make every Mario game or more.
And the game I wanted to play, you could play 3 Mario games in one.
Yeah, this isn't that.
Well,
this isn't a collection of games.
Yeah, but
you
can make the game.
You can, but
make the game from.
So the reason that I had it picked was because it does come with a single player mode that has unique designed Mario levels. It is a platform that you can beat, and it is designed by Nintendo. You can also go into the editor mode and create your own Mario games. So you don't have to make a Mario, but that's fine if you don't want to include it, because I've got a killer one that you didn't pick yet, and that's going to be Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64. We talked about how the other ones all felt like they jumped up from, Mario 64. Well, damn it, if you're going to pick the grandfather of all 2D platformers, I'm going to pick the grandfather of all 3D platformers. Nintendo 64 needed a hit, and boy, did it get one with Mario 64. Everything after that was trying to copy the camera. It was trying to copy the controls. It felt like an open world game, even though at the time it was very limited. You thought it felt like an open world game, just running around the castle, and you felt like you can actually choose where you want to go, what levels you wanted to play. Full 3D. You were exploring levels on different, platforms, and the underwater. Everything about that game was phenomenal for the time. Phenomenal. That's going to be that's my number 2, right? Number 2 pick.
Or 4.
We did 5, 4, 3.
No, it's a draft, so we.
Yeah. Oh yeah, number 1, 2. Yeah, my 4th pick. Yes, you're correct. So now we're gonna do it with the bench. We're gonna go with our 6th man. Oh, you're gonna pick your 4th now, right? I think.
No, I'm gonna pick my 6th man.
Your 6th man. Okay, yeah, that's right.
You took Mario World. Okay.
Yeah, I sure did.
So my 6th man is gonna be
Should let me.
It's gonna be Super Mario Super Mario 3D Land, Bowser's Fury Edition.
3D World.
3D World. Super
3D
Mario
World.
3D World.
Okay, Bowser's Fury.
With
Okay.
Bowser's Fury.
That's pretty good.
It's a 3D Mario game.
It was a
but
Wii U game.
It's still like a 2D platformer. They blended those two genres of the 3D Mario and the 2D platforms. It meshed well. It looked good. They gave us the cat suit.
Yeah.
We seen the cat suit, and which made a debut in the Mario movie. Yeah, that's my 6-man, man.
Cool. And it's hilarious. That was gonna be my 6-man, and then I also have an audible for that. And we're gonna go to the Nintendo 3DS for Super Mario 3D Land, which is the 3DS's version of that game. With stereoscopic 3D. A lot of people crap on the 3DS and said that they played it without the 3D on, and that's the reason that Nintendo later on brought out the 2DS. But I played almost every single game that had 3D functionality in full 3D, and Mario 3D Land was one of those games that Nintendo actually used the 3D portion of the 3DS so that you can actually gauge your jump distances and land on the platforms correctly, because you can see the depth of the level. And also that isometric perspective that we were getting, it was perfect. And it looked really, really good. The 3DS doesn't get enough love for its graphical capabilities, but games that came out in that generation, just go take a look at like something like Resident Evil Generations and Mario 3D Land, and you're going to be like, whoa, this game's looked really good graphically as well. So yeah, that's my 6-man pick. It's going to be my Super Mario 3D Land for my bench warmer. All right, and your final pick? Your number 5 pick. Your big man, the center of the team.
So, for the center, I'm going to go with the Lost Levels, which is technically Super Mario 2.
It's
the
hilarious.
Real Super Mario
It's
Brothers
hilarious.
2.
This is hilarious.
As a Luigi fan,
Yeah.
I've always liked the fact that Luigi jumps higher and he floats.
Mm-hmm.
A little less traction.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to play, Lost Levels was already harder compared to the original.
Yeah, it was.
But if you wanted to really play it on hard, you would play it as Luigi.
Because he slipped a little bit and he jumped a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was in the Mario All-Stars version. He's particularly looked different too. Because on the NES version of the original Mario 2 in Japan and in Europe, he looked the same. But when it came out in the Lost Levels here in the States, he had that unique Luigi look. He was taller.
Yeah.
He had a graphical difference. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he did look the same, right? I thought he had the white and green
overalls, but they were twins.
Yeah. They were twins. They were palette swaps.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, Lost Levels, I get at to, as a Luigi fan, it was the first Mario game that I remember playing, being able to switch your character.
Okay.
Do you want to play as Mario? Do you want to play as Luigi?
Okay.
So maybe Mario 2, that one,
because
I probably played that before I played the Lost Levels.
Absolutely, which is Doki Doki Panic reskinned.
But I like that for the Lost Levels.
Yeah.
Luigi actually had that jump there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where they got it from. And I thought that was cool. So as a Luigi fan, because I love Smash Brothers, pause.
You like Smashing Brothers?
No, it's a game called Smash Brothers.
I don't know what that is.
Check our top 10 fighting games, and you'll hear him mention Smash Brothers.
Maybe we'll remember. I don't Smash Brothers. But great pick. Unexpected pick. But here's what's really why I was laughing is because my last pick is the United States, the North American version of Mario Brothers 2.
Okay.
And that does count. And yes, the reason is very similar to what he said. This was my first experience of picking characters, and it was such a big difference between Mario and Toad. You could pick Toad and Peach, and Peach could float and Toad was fast and more powerful, and he could scoop things up quicker. He could pick things up faster. And Luigi had the float jump, and then Mario was the balanced character. I remember always playing as Princess Peach because she could float. She could freaking fly, and it would make it so much easier when you would fight like Birdo, and Birdo would spit out the eggs. You could just kind of hover in the middle of the air and
jump right on
grab on. Great. Mario Brothers 2. In Japan and other regions, it was Doki Doki Panic, but they reskinned it, and that's what we got here in North America as Mario 2. We didn't know it wasn't Mario 2 till maybe the 16-bit era, or if you were like a huge nerd back in the day and you knew, maybe you were importing games back in the 80s, but casual fans weren't. And so, that's my 6-man. So I think we got some killer teams. Here's the beauty. We tried to do this as a tier list, and then we quickly realized Mario games are all amazing.
Yeah, they're all good.
It's hard to crap on the series, and there's very few that have missed the mark at some degree, and even the ones that missed the mark are still considered all-time classics. We could talk about like Mario Sunshine being like a missed the mark and still being probably the best platformer on the GameCube, arguably, right? Great games. So guys, what do you think? Who had the better team? Also, we're curious to know, what are your top 5 Mario games? Include them in a comment below, and maybe it's better than our team. And if it is, I'll include that list in next week's video if you leave a top 5.
Yeah. So if you had to draft,
your team,
your 6 games, let us know.
Yeah, leave the comment below. And as always, subscribe and like. We are almost at 1,300 subscribers as of this recording. Guys, we are doing something different with the channel. We do have movies that you can watch now, full playlists. And we're always going to do our podcast. So we're still going to be Star Flag Media. We're still going to talk about movies, music, and games. As always, we want to, encourage you guys to watch the movies, watch our videos, hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, I'm Anthony. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.
Deuces.
Peace.